how to go into Facebook and kind of do some advanced sorting and searching to find maybe the niches that you're looking to get in front of. And one of the biggest misconceptions out there is that Facebook is for personal use and LinkedIn is for business use, and there's no value on Facebook for businesses. In my opinion, that's completely false. I was looking at a Wall Street Journal article, it was about 2 weeks ago, and basically it gave some pretty good statistics, and one of them was there is currently 75 million businesses listed on Facebook. LinkedIn, which has a new company setting, which you guys are probably pretty familiar with, only has 25 million businesses. So right off the bat, there's 50 million more, whatever. It's not even, I don't even think we should compare the two. I think what's relevant is that there are 75 million businesses, and we're almost at 1 billion people on Facebook. So there is an incredible amount of data on there that you can use. And what I try to explain is that it's kind of like a directory. And if you become comfortable enough with using it, you can utilize it to find your target market. So here's an example. I'm just going into Facebook. And what I did was up top here, I typed in accountants El Paso. Okay, and you can see it right here. And when I typed it in, I selected pages right here. And it's brought up all of the pages, which are accountants, in El Paso. Long story short, I had a client who he likes to partner with CPAs and accountants. That's his model. He partners with them. He basically has some, a good alliance where he'll get the insurance business from those accountants. So he's constantly building lists of accountants in his area. And, he goes and he markets to them his types of alliances that he has. So one of the things that we showed him and one of the things that we accomplished was he was able to go in here, pull up all of the accountants in the city that he was targeting, and then he could easily go into, Strickler and Prieto and click the About button and go in and, obviously get their website, get their phone number, get their email address, and build up his database of potential, target markets. So, one of the concerns I always get from people is, well, it's a little bit time consuming. And no doubt, it is a little bit time consuming to go through each accountant. But on the flip side, you truly can find your targeted target market, which in these days is not easy to do. I've had a lot of people call me up and ask about buying email lists. Hey, I was offered to get an email list of people in my target market. Do you recommend I buy it? In my opinion, no. I would not ever recommend buying an email list. In my opinion, that's very dangerous. It's very risky. It probably is very expensive. So there's no way around it. You have to be, you have to grow your distribution, your email list, your contact list. Facebook is one way to do it. And I personally probably spend about 2 hours a month just going into areas that I don't have many clients and doing just this, kind of pulling up insurance agents, checking out their pages. And again, you can do a lot more than just getting their contact information. You can go into their page. You can certainly send them a message by clicking the message button and saying, hey, I viewed your page. I think you would be, I think we should talk, whatever. So I guess my point is there's a lot more you can do than just getting their email address and phone number. You can send them messages. You can follow them. Again, a lot of things that can be accomplished. So just to kind of review, you can kind of come into Facebook here and type in, like, let's use an example. Let's type in lawyers. So I'm going to do lawyers, and again, I'll just do El Paso because it's easy to spell. And if you do that, it's going to give you a few things here. You want to select the first magnifying glass, lawyers, El Paso. So if you select that, then you want to select the pages button up top. And again, this is why I'm recording it, guys. You can come back and watch it. And boom, it pulls up all the lawyers in El Paso. Maybe you're looking for restaurant owners. Maybe you're looking for contractors. Who knows what you're looking for? Everyone has their own target market. But my point is this is an easy, free method to find contact information. And the good news is this. most of these pages are probably within 2 years old, right? Someone created them between probably 2013 and 2015. So you know the information's up to date. You know it's right. And, you know, the other opportunity, like I said, you can go buy an email list. That email list could be from 2003. You have no idea how accurate it is. So one of the things you want to get good at over the next few weeks here, guys, is understanding that Facebook is a lot more than just connecting with Bob, your neighbor. It's actually its own search engine to some extent. And because because companies are now creating their own business pages just like you, it's become this huge directory of all types of different businesses, but most importantly, broken down by location, broken down by category. One of the things that I talked about last week, I said, hey, look, when you create your business page, I said, go into the About section and make sure that you fill it all out, right? Make sure, and we're just looking at an example here. I said, make sure you have all this information filled out because it's going to make it easier for people to find you. And, just like I found all those lawyers, what happens if someone is searching for an insurance professional? Don't you want to show up? You're not going to show up if you haven't completed your profile. So hopefully that kind of pinpoints the point I made last week, which is the importance of making sure you set up all this stuff. Here's an example of kind of a mistake, and I'll have to talk to this gentleman later today, but I'm looking at his category, right? He's listed himself as a brand and a product. Really, he should list himself as a local business and an insurance agent, right? Because when you become, his strategy was probably to be broad so he got found, but in the end he's not going to get found because he's too broad. So I guess my point is these categories and all these descriptions, they're important because they help people find you and they help you show up on this list. As we move forward here into 2016, 2017, this stuff isn't going away. It's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Like I said, 75 million businesses on Facebook. It'll be 150 million in 2 years, guaranteed. That's why every commercial that you watch, you always see, hey, like us on Facebook, find us on Facebook. That's the whole thing. It's all part of this. So hopefully today was interesting. I tried to keep it real short because it's kind of intense. But what I want everyone to try to do is kind of go in there and play around with it and try to find your target market. If your target market is an individual specific type of person, like a senior or like, a college kid, it's a little bit more complicated. It's a little harder to do. But when you're looking for businesses, I think you got a fighting chance at finding that target market. Appreciate your time. Look forward to next week. We're going to get a little bit more into depth with posting strategy next week. I think it'll be a good webinar. Talk to you then, guys. Thanks again.